Welcome back to My Way.
30 mils of that olive oil in there. If you're using water straight out of the kettle, swear word hot water, it will kill your yeast. Beautiful sauce, you're gonna love this one.
Chef Mel has spent the last 23 years teaching people how to be incredible in the kitchen. And her life journey to get here has been just as incredible.
We're gonna get our hands into it. All right, and if you're in a bad mood, we can start throwing it around. Hello, my name is Chef Mel, and I teach people how to live happily ever after in their kitchens. Drinking excessively and crying just before your guests are about to arrive, you're cooking the wrong thing. We want happiness, okay? We want you lying on the couch with a glass of vino saying, oh, welcome, and everything's done. I've been teaching professionally now for 23 years. I love the people that come through the door and they're really nervous and they're like, I'm not a good cook, and I say it's okay, you know, you're going to be fantastic. And then when I show them to make something and then they go and get to do it themselves, that little spark in their eyes where they go, oh my goodness, look what I just made, and that absolute moment of pride when they realize that they are just as chefy as what I am, and they cannot wait to get home to the friends and the family and show them how it's done. That is the happiest moment. And you're wanting a round of applause the next time you put down your food in front of the friends and family. Has that ever happened to anyone? Okay. It's going to happen for you guys too. So I was born in Zimbabwe. I was actually born en route to the hospital. So on my birth certificate, it actually says born en route Harare. We lived on beautiful ranches in beautiful parts of Zimbabwe. When I was about 4 years old, my parents actually bought me a little cookbook. It was called How to Cook, and it had beautiful little pictures. My older brother, who's 2 years older than me, Graham, he would actually read the recipes to me, and then I would create these gorgeous things. My first dish that I ever made was brown bread, and we forgot to put the salt in, but everyone was very gracious and they ate it anyway. But as a result, I have always enjoyed making bread, and I always remember to put the salt in. Okay, this is not kneading, this is fondling. Now, do we just leave this on the counter and let it get a skin and dry out for 10 minutes? Hell no. We do not want dense buns, unless it's in the gym. Okay. I would watch these TV shows about these wondrous places overseas, and then when we did go into the supermarkets, you know, the once every 2 weeks, they would allow me to buy these beautiful spices, and then I would come and do this extremely exotic dish, and we'd all get so excited about it. So I think our entertainment was sort of discovering those things. So I think it was inevitable that I became a chef. And then we moved down to the Free State, the Orange Free State in South Africa. My father was a farm manager. So we immigrated and went down to South Africa when I was 7. And we'd had some family that, you know, had been gunned down on their properties, and it was terrible because obviously, you know, my cousins had lost their father. I remember walking over Beitbridge, which is the border between Zimbabwe and South Africa, with our suitcases, and they confiscated our vehicle. So we literally walked over with our bags, and we had family at the other side of the bridge. And my father and mother actually say they never recovered from leaving. So that's, very sad. I call this Parmesan snow. It sounds more expensive, and I can do it from as high as you like. I constantly think about food. I constantly think about what am I going to eat. And I love cooking for people. So I knew that if I did it as a profession, and they always say you should do something that you love and then you never work a day in your life. So that's what I did. Well, you know, South Africa, unfortunately, it's a beautiful country, but it's a little bit dangerous living there on an everyday basis, and a lot of, you know, South Africans have had to leave. I went to the local mall, and unfortunately there was a jewelry heist and there was a full-on shootout. So I sort of lost my nerve and said to my husband, we need to get out of here. And then myself and the family, we packed up and off we went all the way to Brisbane. Okay, so I've been in Brisbane for 15 years, and I started Vanilla Zulu 12 years ago. The way I see it is we all have to eat. I love to train them up inspire them so that when they get in the kitchen, they can also be happy in the kitchen just like I am. And that's why I always say that I sell happiness. I teach people how to be happy in the kitchen.
And if you'd like to experience a little bit of happiness from Mel, then jump onto her website for all the details.
Cook with passion, cook with love, because then everything else will happen naturally. Isn't it lovely? It's a good one.